Hey Jared, I'm looking at these two paint on panel pieces here. I have attached back frames to them already, so that's that strainer that's just recessed back a little bit so it's hidden behind the front of the artwork, and then that can be put inside a float frame. So this is what kind of lifts it up when the float frame goes around it. They've both been attached on here. This one also went on nice and clean, so those are attached and sitting up on their back frames. So I've got three frames to show you. These are float frames, and I'm going to kind of bounce back and forth between the two different frames and the two different pieces. So we've got the small square piece here and then the larger tall one here. This is a rustic gray float frame. I'm calling it rustic because it's just not super clean and it's got that kind of washed, worn look to it. So yeah, and a little bit of texture in there. Focus. Okay. Yeah, these would be assembled like so, where that back frame goes one-handed here. That back frame is screwed into that little panel there, and I leave 1/4 of an inch around the artwork. We've got a space, it's floating in there, and right now it's sitting a little low, but I would lift that up so that it's just below the surface of the front of the frame. So it's like 1/8 of an inch down. But otherwise, floating in there, 1/4 inch around. This is the rustic gray. This is also available in black. I do not have that sample, but I do have the regular El Cap frame, so this is not a float, but this finish is the same. It's from the same line. So there's the gray, and I thought the black would work as well. So the black version of this frame is the same size, shape, and finish as like this. So this one's just for color to show you. So either this gray one or the black one, this would, okay, larger piece, rustic gray or black, come to $400. That is including that back frame that I've put in there. And the reason I break it down like this, if you want to go without the float frame entirely and hang this floating as it is right now with this back frame on it, I would paint this black. So yeah, the black would just kind of be hidden behind the piece there, and then wire would go on that. If you wanted to do that, that would come to $120. That's the back frame only. So that is included in the $400 if you wanted to go with either that rustic gray or black float frame. So with the float frame, without the float frame, and just a painted back frame. So that's for the larger one. And the same design right here. I thought the black would probably work better for this piece. The gray is, you know, it's not fighting with it or anything. The gray would look nice. But the black would probably make more sense with that big dark blue and black dark tones that are going on in the artwork there. So I was thinking that one. So yeah, the rustic gray or black float frame on the smaller square would come to $290. $90 only if you just wanted me to paint that back frame back there and hang it as is. So and so those are the two sizes. Additionally, I also have this very plain, kind of sleek, clean float frame. This is not a corner sample, this is just a chip, so it's a little bit smaller. And that would get put right on there. I call this a small one because the face is just barely like 1/4 of an inch. It's pretty minimal, you can see there, compared to the more like, I want to say that's 3/8 there. So that face versus that face, a little bit thinner. Let's see, the small square, this one would come to $224 if you wanted to go with that small, sleek black float frame. And also, on the larger piece, that would come to $315, like so. I know it's hard to visualize, but I'm gonna take some still pictures as well. So yeah, $315 for that small black float frame. I thought either of these would be a good option, given their size. Let the colors speak for themselves. And yeah, so gray, rustic, gray or black, and then this kind of sleek one here. So let me know what you think, and I can get these started for you. Okay, talk soon.